Hello history fans and welcome to the channel. I am the Walking Warrior and today I am back up the Medway Maritime Hospital, or as it used to be called when it was first opened, the Royal Naval Hospital in Chatham. So I'm up here today to have a look at the old parts of the hospital. So I'm round the back and there's quite a lot of the original hospital still survives up here. A lot of it was sadly knocked down in the 60s, and I think some of it was pulled down in the 90s when this hospital underwent some big extensions. But a lot of the old hospital does still survive, so that's what we are going to be looking at today. The old wings are still round here somewhere, and there's quite a bit of the original hospital still standing. So this hospital, it was built in 1905 and opened by King Edward VII. Well, it wasn't built in 1905. The build started in 1900, but it was opened by King Edward VII in 1905. So it's been here quite a long time, this hospital, and it was built by the Royal Navy. So it was built primarily to look after all the people that worked down the Chatham docks and all the naval people that was barracks round here. So that is why this was built. Before this hospital, they had one called the Melville Hospital, which they used, but it was considered to be too small now, so they had to build a bigger one, because the docks was just expanding and getting more and more people, and just more Navy people were being barracks round here in the Medway towns. So as you can see, the first old surviving bit of this old hospital is this magnificent clock. Now this clock was not part of the original build of the hospital, but when the hospital was nearly finished, they found they still had money in the pot left over. So they decided to blow the whole lot and built this magnificent clock. And in my book, that was money well spent. So this clock is like a landmark in Medway now. Really is something special, this clock. And it really is worth coming up here to see this clock. And as you can see, standing on the banister there, that is little Alfonso the Great, the night watchman of the Medway Maritime Hospital. Well, I don't know if he is. I made that up in the last video I did about the clock. But to me now, when I come round here, the little Al is called Alfonso the Great. So if you do come up here to see this magnificent clock, and I would highly recommend it, if you're the sort of person that loves these old buildings, then this clock is a definite must-see. So if you come up here, not only can you see this fantastic clock, but you can also say hello to Alfonso the Great, as he does like it when people come to see him. Bye, Alfonso. See you another day, mate. Right, let's move on to the next part of the hospital you come to, which is the old original wings built in 1905. So they're really not very far from the base of this clock. So if we pan down with the camera and then turn across. So there they are. That is the first wing of the old original hospital. There's two of them, one on this side, one on the other side. Now I'm at the back of the hospital because you can get a much better view of these wings from the back, and they're really nice. The main grand entrance is round the front, but you can't see much of that. I will show it at the end of the video, but it has been a bit covered over, so you can only see some of it. But these back ones you can get a good view at. That's why I've started round the back. And I think these back entrances would have been where the injured came, where the stretchers came and the wounded people from the First and the Second World War. They would have been brought in this way, all the wounded, because this hospital was really geared up to treat the wounded from the military battles. And in World War One, this place treated a hell of a lot of people. All from the Navy and the Royal Marines this would have treated. So in World War One, a really lot of wounded people came through this hospital. And the same in World War Two. But I think in World War Two, this wasn't just Navy, this was dealing with everybody from the military. And it dealt with all the casualties from that fateful night, 13th of September 1917, which was Germany's first ever nighttime bombing raid called the Moonlight Raids. They sent 5 bombers over here to bomb the docks and the surrounding barracks. And 'cause it was the first nighttime raid, no one was expecting it, so they did drop a lot of bombs on the Medway and killed a hell of a lot of people and injured a lot of people, and all the injured was brought here. There's a monument to that night, and I have been to it before, but now I have my camera, I'm going to go back to that monument. And as you can see, these are nice buildings with all the stonework and the lovely old windows. We'll have a look at the second one in a minute because you can actually see the second one a lot better. This first one is a bit overgrown by trees, so when I try and stand across the road and get a good shot of it, all you see is trees. Is why I'm having to come up close to film this one. But it still looks nice. It's got some lovely detail on it, some lovely stonework. Really was built by craftsmen, this one, with that archway and the balcony. The other one is exactly the same. We'll go over and take a look at the second one now. So there it is, that is the second wing, and as you say, you can see it a lot better than the first one because there is not all trees in the way, and they are the same. So there was the 2 back entrances to the wings. So yeah, what a lovely building this is. Just look at it, that is really fantastic looking. And that top archway's got a really good look to it, with that big thick band of brick doing the archway and then the stone running round and a massive stone in the middle at the top that I've always called a keystone, but a lot of people call it a capstone. So it gets called both things, that stone, a keystone or a capstone. And that balcony really looks good, especially with that stone window. That stone window is a work of art, just look at it. So as you can see, you'd have gone up the stairs to go into that top arch, and then you'd have gone through the bottom one on ground level. So I think that bottom one would have been for the stretchers, and everyone else you'd have gone up the stairs and gone in that grander entrance. And remember, these are only the rear entrances. The front entrance is a lot more grander, but you can't see that much of it now. But these rear entrances are still pretty grand, and the whole building is a really nice, grand looking building. Just look at it, it has got a lovely look to it, with the brick and them bands of stone. And it's another thing, there is no need for them bands of stone. They are just put there to make this building look as lovely as it can look. And they really do make it look a whole lot better than bands of stone. So that was a bit of a no expense spared. Let's just make it look as grand as we can. Lovely arches up there above that window. All the big stones. Yeah, this really is a grand looking building. And when you consider it was a hospital, they didn't have no need to do it like this. It's because it was done by the Navy, innit? When the Navy built something, they always made it a little bit fancy. And this hospital was definitely made to look fancy. You only have to look at that magnificent clock and the lovely water tower that I will show you in a minute because it is sort of just behind me. So yeah, they went all out on this building. Let's make it look as grand and fancy as we can, even though it's a hospital. Let's make it look something special. And they sure did make it look special. The men who worked on this and done all the lovely stonework and all the fantastic brickwork, they really was a talented group of men. And they must have just took real pride in everything they built up here at the Royal Naval Hospital. And it does show, 'cause everything just looks absolutely lovely and built to perfection. Even down to that tower which is built on the side of it. That tower's nice. Same on the other side, so there's two towers either side of the entrance. Yeah, they're great looking things, them towers. Look at them. They're like something you'd have on the side of a castle, let alone a hospital. They are really great looking, these towers. And just look at them lovely stones over all the windows. The stone banding running round. Really lovely bit of detail around the bottom with that other stone. Yeah, these towers were definitely part of a no expense spared build by the Royal Navy. And just look at them sides. Look at the size of them big old sash windows. They are massive. So yeah, there's one wing here and one wing on the other side. So it's sort of built as a U shape with the grand entrance at the front, the other side. We'll go and look at that in a minute. First, we'll have a little look at the water tower. And I love the water tower. It is my favourite part of this hospital. So I'm literally just behind where I was standing filming that part of the wing. And so you walk down here, and as you turn the corner you will come across the lovely water tower. Now I love this water tower, it's an absolute work of art, and it's a water tower and a chimney. And I have been looking into that, and as far as I can find out, there is only one other water tower chimney still in existence in the UK. So that makes this very, very rare, this water tower chimney. There is only one other in the UK, or that's all I could find out online. If anyone else knows of other of these water tower chimneys, please message me, because I love this one and I'd love to see more of them. So as you can see, this water tower chimney is magnificent. It stands above the old laundry, so the bottom of this water tower, the surrounded building, would have been the original laundry house for the hospital. And the boilers was housed here as well, so hence the chimney. So yeah, not far from the clock, not far from the wings, this water tower, this is another part. If you did come up to this hospital, it's worth walking round the back to find this water tower chimney, because it is a very rare thing. Like I said, I could only find out of one other one in existence. So this is a magical rare beast that if you're up here, it is worth coming to see, because when you stand at the bottom of it and look up, this thing is absolutely massive. And it's got lovely brickwork on it. It really is a work of art, this thing. I absolutely love it, this water tower chimney. And I am doing a little vote on the channel, because I've done videos about this and the clock, and I want people to watch them and then message me and tell me what one you think is best. I love this water tower chimney, but I want to know what you like, just out of interest. I will bring what people say to the channel, so I will let you know how the vote goes. And I just want to know, am I the only insane person in this country who thinks this water tower chimney is better than that magnificent clock? And the clock is winning at the moment, because up the retirement home I volunteer for, There's only one other person up there who agrees with me that this water tower is better. And all the women up there, they love the clock. So is it a bit of a thing? Do the boys love this water tower and the women love the clock? So please let me know. I'm very interested in this. So I'm back out the front now. This would have been the main entrance to the hospital. So as you can see, you can't see a lot of it, but this would have been the main grand entrance into the hospital. It's a shame that someone thought it was a good idea to build that bit on the front of it. What idiot thought to do with that? Why didn't they leave it alone and have a lovely grand entrance how it should have been? Oh, the man who decided to build that brick bit on the front needs a good talking to. And I hope that tomorrow, when he goes to go out his front door, someone has built a garage right across it in his front garden. And I'll tell you what, he will never, ever, ever get a Christmas card from me. He is 100% off the list. So, yeah, you can say it would have been really nice the front, but that idiot of a man decided to build that right in front of it. So, God knows what he was thinking, and he probably will go to hell for that, or at least be struck by lightning. That's all I can show you, really. There is other bits of the hospital, old bits, but I cannot get to them today. There is some nice old bits, but they are doing work on the hospital and I cannot get down now. So when all the work's finished up here, I might do another little video where I show the bits I cannot show today. Well, maybe, because I haven't even been down there yet. If they're not that good, I won't bother. But if there is some nice stuff, then I might do another one on this hospital. So that's it from me on the Medway Hospital. I am off now to find something else, and hopefully, whatever I find, some idiot hasn't built a big brick structure right in front of it. So I am the Walking Warrior. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so you can join me on more of my travels. Now let's go and explore.